You don't like my hair. Y'all do not like natural hair like y'all insist you do. When are we going to admit that y'all don't actually like natural hair the way that y'all say you do? Because y'all only accept certain types of natural hair. The girlies who get attention for their hair are usually wearing wigs or silk presses. If they are wearing their natural hair, it's usually really big or stretched out to make it look longer, which helps them relieve their anxiety about whether or not we can actually grow our own hair, because apparently hair growth is only valid when it's long. They have loose curls, which makes them aspirational, even though the girlies would never want to admit that because they know it's going to make them look texturist. Or they just genuinely have long hair, which, again, is aspirational, because hair is only valid when it's long enough to dispel anxiety about other people's perceptions of your genetic abilities. So you better hope nothing happened to your hair 15 years ago that made you lose any of it. Y'all have found a loophole where you embrace every other type of hair except the one that grows out of your head. You don't use relaxers, but you still don't wear your natural hair. You rely on braids and wigs and silk presses. Those are supposed to be options. Those are just supposed to be different styles. I'm bored today. I want to do something different with my hair today. I want to change. You're supposed to still be okay with wearing your natural hair. The natural hair movement was supposed to be about embracing your natural hair, but y'all have found a way to embrace every other type of hair except the one that grows from your head. The silk press and wig girlies, before they go to get their hair done and you see them in their apartment before they head over to the salon, they're always like, ew, oh my goodness, my slavery braids, my Harriet Tubman braids. Like, they just have so much disdain for their hair. Ooh, gotta cover that up real quick. Can't let people see this ugly type of blackness. And when it comes to the wigs, y'all love to say, I bought it, so it's mine. And you're right, you paid for it, you're the legal owner of that thing. But you hold on to that fact like it's your lifeline, because you know no other argument is going to end the conversation fast enough so you can get away from the discomfort of the reality you're facing. Y'all love to bring up how the women in Congo have long flowing hair, and you're just holding on to that for dear life, aren't you? If the women in Congo means that you're supposed to have long flowing hair, why don't you? You're holding out hope for genetics you don't have. You are not a woman in Congo with long flowing hair. You are you where you are with your hair. Leave the women in the Congo alone. Let them rest. And when you bring this up, the people to whom this applies too uncomfortably always ask two questions. Why do you care? And why can't you just let people do what they want with their hair? Are you asking me about why I care that y'all are still allowing little girls to grow up thinking they gotta change their hair from their natural hair to something different to be perceived as pretty when they get older? Or are you asking me why I care about something you hate or have been trying not to care about? Also, notice how I never told you specifically that you had to do something with your hair, even in this video. That's the mindset that came up in your head because it's something you've already been arguing with yourself on for ages. But you genuinely don't believe that there's beauty in natural hair, so you don't want to embrace it. Why do y'all want to hate natural hair so bad but then get mad when hair discrimination continues? Because people on the outside of this issue are not seeing a difference between the way we talk about our own hair and the way other people talk about our hair. If we want the problem to stop, we have to also be uplifting ourselves. Because what do you mean don't show up to your event with the hair that grows out of my head? Are you out of your mind? Y'all have elevated the bust downs to such an extent that you treat people like they're raggedy without them. Y'all have managed to make natural hair the lowest form of beauty, and you expect people with the wrong type of natural hair for you to be silent so as not to disturb your comfort levels too much. So now this whole thing just reeks of elitism. And if it gets bad enough, y'all actually start body shaming people for having their hair. You don't want to hear people talk about it because you don't want to have to realize that the problem you face is coming from inside you. The call is not even coming from inside the house anymore. It's coming from inside your pocket. Direct line. Your mindset about your hair is the reason why you think it's ugly and you don't want to deal with it. You want to hide it away. You want to put it away. You don't want the rest of the world to see your ugly natural hair. But natural hair is hard and tedious. Well, it wouldn't be if you would actually start listening to the people who actually know what they're talking about when it comes to natural hair. But you perpetuate your own problematic mindsets toward those people as well. You judge whether or not they have the right to speak on hair by the same metrics you use to judge beauty, and then you get mad when people challenge you and call you out on it. So now let me ask y'all a final question. Do y'all actually like natural hair, or do you just like being able to say you don't use relaxer?